Aloha friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Shamansi. And we are just over the halfway mark through eclipse season. So don't mind my voice. I am definitely going through, what I thought was a purification, but what I'm hearing is actually an acceleration to elevate our voices so that they can be heard, we can speak our truth, we can come into unity. So if you are also going through some kind of throat stuff, like if you have a stuffy nose or a scratchy throat or your voice is changing, my advice is just rest, make sure to hydrate, and just allow whatever this is that needs to move out of you, move out, because it is making way for the acceleration into the new. It is like, they're telling me right now, it's like a launching pad, it is a launching pad of transformation. Thank you. A beautiful butterfly just flew by and helped out with that as I was saying it. So a launching pad of transformation. All right. So I wanted to do a midway through the eclipse, because this eclipse energy, y'all, it is intense. There has been a lot that is happening in the collective, just a lot of emotions coming to the surface, a lot of new truths being told, and really a time to rise in unity, to rise in oneness, to come together in community, to harness our powers, to work with these beautiful, wonderful gifts that we have been gifted with in this lifetime, and to really step the fuck up is what I'm hearing. All right, Spirit was like, let's just be real. It is to step the fuck up. And this means like in our daily lives, in having more intention in our daily lives, having more awareness for the things and the people around you, creating more compassion where you can, and taking the time, they're telling me, to understand people, taking the time to listen without judgment, taking the time to come to a peaceful state of mind where you're not constantly being driven by the powers that were to create separation, to create hate, to create any kind of disagreement, which I know that there is a lot of that going on right now. And I feel like this is a huge awakening, a chance for us to be gifted with this awakening of who we are and how we want to represent ourselves, and how to stay in integrity when the world around us may be falling apart, right? They're bringing this up, so I'm going to share it with you. I recently had seen something on a social media platform that just said, the world is going to shit, and they just listed all of the things, and they said, this is what we believe and this is why. And I couldn't stay quiet anymore. I had to step in and tell them, look, there are many of us who have tapped out of that narrative, and that doesn't mean that we are tapped out, unattached, not feeling what the world is growing through right now. We are fully feeling all of this collective shit that is rising and these shadows that are purging. However, we are holding space and allowing people to move through their own darkness, just as we were allowed to move and grow through our own darkness. So I feel like a lot of you that resonate with my channel, you've been through some shadow work. You've gone through some dark nights of the soul. And maybe you've gone through many of them like I have myself. And yes, it gets tiring. It can be exhausting. We can feel like we're just ready for things to move forward and to shift out of this old paradigm lifestyle, these systems that were brought together to, formed to pull us apart, to create division, to to really just get us in a lower vibrational frequency as a collective consciously. So to keep the conscious collective low so that there could be some kind of infiltration or indoctrination or whatever you want to call it. And now we are rising, y'all. We are rising. So yes, it may feel like the world around you is collapsing. It may feel like chaos. It may feel like hate. It may feel like violence. It may feel like all of these awful, horrible, sad, very emotional and heightened sensitivities that are going on around us in the world, in our world around us. And before, as a light worker, it was the perfect time, I'll tell you from my own experience, to pull back and go into self and go into hermit mode and work on self and process through my own shadows. And I feel like I'm saying that for two reasons. For those of you who need to do that for self, tap out of the narrative, tap out of anything that's going on globally, my apologies, on the earth plane, and anything that you feel like is low vibrational or negative energy or brings feelings of fear or separation to you, tap out of that and tap into self and go into some of these triggers that are coming up for you. And then the way I work with my clients, and I've done this with many people and it's worked to help them process through things, it's worked in my own life to process through things, is tapping into what that triggered for you and when was the last time you were triggered that way. And then once you get to the last time you were triggered that way, were there times before that you were triggered that way? It's a part of tapping into your subconscious and figuring out where you may have felt the feelings that you're feeling today before, so that they can rise through you, so that you can let them go, so that you can embrace that shadow part of self and rise through the ashes as the phoenix into this lovely rebirth that we know is coming through the end of this eclipse season. Thank you. Through the end of this eclipse season. On the other side, for those of you who already know this and already are doing it, they're telling me there's many light workers who are holding space for the collective, and you don't have to feel through. You can free yourself from feeling through everything that everyone else is feeling. However, remember, we are here to do the work. We are here, those of us who have been growing through this, who have been through multiple cycles, who have, just been waiting on like the resurrection or the other side of things, right? Like the higher vibrations, the new paradigm, the ancient new earth to come in. Know that we are the ones that are anchoring it into flow state so that other people can start to feel it as well. So we are the pioneers. We are the ones that go out and experience all of these things first and foremost within ourselves and the community or spaces around us. And then we are able to hold that space and the compassion for others that are needing it as well. So they're just saying, remember why you're here. It's easy sometimes, and I'll tell you from my own experience, it's easy sometimes to want to tap out, to not have to deal with it anymore, to just, see the levels that people are on and get to a place where you yourself want to fall into a victim mentality, or you want to let go and not have to deal with it anymore. I get it. And that's why we are the game masters, y'all. That's why we are the ascended masters. This is why we are here. We are here to change humanity. That doesn't happen by processing through things quickly and then just not watching or feeling or growing through all of the rest of the shit that the collective needs to grow through. We can't just tap out and be like, hey, see you on the other side, right? So This is why we are here, y'all. Remember your mission. Remember why you came in, for those of you who have already been processing through this and have been holding so much light and space for others. Now, that being said, please give your body some love. They're telling me tap back into the body. Ask the body daily what the body needs. This could be in regards to nutrients. It could be in regards to sunlight, moonlight, movement, breath, sound. Whatever it is that your body needs is going to be very specific to you. So tap into what that is and feel through it and allow your body to guide you. I feel like moving forward, and my guides are confirming this, thank you. Moving forward, let me talk about the past a little bit. So in old paradigm, we've typically moved into the future, I'll call it, with thought, through our mind, right? We see something, we want it, we create the list of how to make it happen, we do the things, and it happens really in our mind first. And what Spirit is telling me is with this shift, it's going to start happening through our bodies. And our bodies, think of them, they're telling me like a giant heart, right? So our hearts are our guides moving forward into the next present moment. Wherever we go from here, our bodies are going to be guiding us there. So if your body is growing through purifications, if your body is, if you are not treating your body well, if you are not giving your body the things that it needs, this is going to be detrimental to you moving forward, because the body is going to be the way. They keep telling me the way is through the body. The way is through the body. Okay, so purge whatever you need to do. Make sure that you are eating healthy for you, whatever that means. For some people, it may be being plant-based. For others, it may be being a carnivore. Maybe it's not having dairy. Maybe it's, eliminating certain things from your lifestyle. Whatever it is, it's going to be different for each person. And right now they're saying tap into your own body. What does your body need? Now, I started doing this a few months back, where I had heard about this before from a few people, and it finally, I feel like I finally embodied it, where instead of going to the grocery store with the list of, I need, milk, eggs, and bread. I'm just using that as an example. Instead of doing that, I would go to the grocery store and say, okay, what does my body need? When I started doing this, y'all, things were going in my shopping cart that I would have never believed I would have put in my shopping cart before. It wasn't something that I would normally eat or put into my body, but there were things that my body was calling for, and I listened to it, and it has definitely helped me. So perhaps tapping into your intuition when you go to a grocery store, or when you if you order online, or whatever it is that you do to, like, if you're going to a farmer's market, to bring nutrients into your body, into your home, right? They're telling me into your home. Your body is your home. Your body is your temple. So connect with your body daily and ask your body, what do you need? Some days your body might need a lot of movement. It might need a good sweat. Other days your body might need rest. It might need you to just lounge around and not do anything. So tap into your body. Ask your body what it needs. Now, when I tapped into this energy to open up for this midway through the eclipse, there were two options that came through for piles. So you see here we have pile number 1 with card number 6, TROMA NAGMO from the Kali deck, and pile number 2 with card number 20, CHINNAMASTA, from the Kali deck as well. Now, I was shocked that this Kali deck came out, because this Kali deck is it's next level. It's something that I'll tell you, when I first purchased this deck and I was going to meditation circles, I used to always take an oracle deck with me to the circles, and this one came with me one night and it just asked to be in the corner. And I knew it was because not everybody there was ready for these messages that were coming through from this Kali deck, because Kali is the goddess of rebirth. She is the goddess of destruction. She goes in and clears shit out so that new things can be born. So her energy can be very fiery and very intense. And not everybody resonates with her. So she wanted to come through today, and I had to ask twice, are you sure? And every time I got a yes. And specifically with this deck, and not the pocket oracle, which I was using more often than not. Here's the pocket oracle, Kali oracle, same author. The cards are the same. The message is the same, but they're shortened, and I feel like a lot more toned down in the pocket Kali, and then in the actual like Kali guide, the big oracle deck, the large oracle deck, there are invocations and other things that come through. Now I'm just going to set the intent that whatever needs to come through for you from this card is going to come through while I'm reading your pile. And I do have the book out because they did want me to read from each card a specific message. So with that being said, tap into these cards, see which one of them resonates for you. Timestamp will be in the description for pile number 2, and I will start with pile number 1 today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome back to those of you who chose pile number 1, the TROMA NAGMO. And you'll notice I have all amethyst crystals sitting out here with us. Now, everything when I do these readings, y'all, is channeled for me. So the color of the background, the crystals that want to be in the picture, my rings, whatever it is, everything I ask Spirit before I tap in what needs to be here. So I do feel like this eclipse energy it's illuminating so much. It is it really is eclipsing energies out of your life that are no longer necessary, and it is highlighting what is necessary in your life. So the TROMA NAGMO, I'm going to pull her up a little bit so you can see. It is not the most lovely drawing, right? Like some people might even like come at first glance feel fear with this drawing, but this drawing to me has, and all of these drawings in this book and this card deck have shown me the depths of darkness that Kali will go into to help you purge and let go so that you can rise and become your greatest self. That is part of what Kali's mission here is for. So I'm going to tap into this part that they told me to read. Okay, so it says, TROMA NAGMO's presence in a reading indicates that you will outgrow any issue, even those so persistent as to last for a very long time, or that appear to be beyond your capacity to overcome. This confronting, powerful obstacle may be an attachment, stuck pattern, or unhealthy misuse of energy. It may be a set of circumstances you have created or that others have imposed upon you. It may relate to those or other It may relate to this or other lifetimes. Whatever the cause, her presence indicates it is time for it to end. As you move close to her presence in your heart, you will be able to cut through the mental and emotional clinging to a particular outcome or interpretation. So the situation unravels rapidly, allowing for swift progress on your soul path. Okay, so what this is telling me, y'all, is that this energy that's coming through from this Kali card is saying you have been attached to something for a long while, maybe waiting for something to come in, expecting something to happen, and it hasn't happened. And they're saying that expectation is what kept you in this energy, right? I'm going to give you an example. The other day I was talking to a client, and my client said, I just want enough money to survive off of. And I told her, nope, cancel that right now. And I told her, as long as you keep wanting just enough money to survive off of, that is exactly what you are going to get. And it is going to always feel like you are barely surviving. So no, cancel, clear that energy, and call in what it is you want. I want to thrive. I want abundance. I want prosperity. I want to be able to live my life without freeing myself of any fear of financial hardships, right? I feel like so many people want that. And this is coming through loud and clear for y'all. So I feel like those of you that chose this pile, it may be finances that you're waiting on. It may be money that you're waiting on to come in. Maybe you know you're getting money. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're having a hard time finding a job, or maybe you are between careers or trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life that's going to bring in money that will help, help you in your life. And this is saying it's time to let that attachment go and allow things to shift exactly how they need to be. So letting go of that attachment, letting go of vision boards, right? I years ago, I had learned that when you create a vision board, your energy stays attached to that vision board. You are always wanting. Maybe it's not something on that board that you're always wanting, but you're always wanting more. It's like there is never enough. You are never satisfied. And so instead of instead of wanting or desiring something, create it. Create the life you want to live. And by creating, I'm saying actually be in your power of manifestation / creation, that you can co-create with Spirit exactly what you want. Spirit, I don't want to work a 9-to-5 anymore. I want to do something that fills my soul, that gives me purpose, that helps me help others. Help me find that. And I want it to be something that will have financial stability, something that will be able to carry me and future generations, something that will be able to form a legacy from, right? What exactly do you want? I feel like this is them saying you've sold your, thank you, Spirit. They're saying some of you have sold yourself short. You're not thinking high enough. You're not expanding enough. Expand. Expand the heart. Open up. When we are not open to receive, when our hearts are closed, when we are not fully living in love, we are blocking our abundance. We are blocking our prosperities. So they're saying, open up, open the heart. Part of this eclipse portal is for you to open and expand. Open and expand. Open and expand. I see this visual of just like the head opening up and like splitting open, and all of these thoughts and all of these things pouring out of it, things that aren't even in resonance anymore, that shouldn't affect you, things that you've held on to that you don't need to carry any longer. And this doesn't mean like a chaos or a trauma or anything negative, even things that were in good vibration that you don't need to carry with you in the next present moment. So open up. Yes, expand. Pull the shoulders back, roll the shoulders back, feel the heart open. They really are wanting you to open up. And I feel like this is like a full surrender. It's letting go of the who, the how, the what, the when, the why, all of the W's that we were taught for so many years, and allowing yourself to be in the moment, be in the body, right? Take care of your body, be in the body, let the body lead you where you need to be. Okay, I'm going to leave her here because I feel like she is helping with some purging, so I'm going to leave that there. Let's see what else came through. Divine masculine. Yes. Okay, so they're showing me it's like an opening up. Her hands are, it's like she's sitting here saying, okay, I'm ready to hold the divine masculine energy, the frequency of the divine masculine. And this isn't without, as within, so without, right? However, this is within. This is being able to hold your own divine masculine energy within, to activate that power inside of you, as the protector, as the action forward guide. They're telling me guide, leader. Thank you, leader. Okay. So they said come back to that. So I'm going to keep going here. Collaboration of souls. Okay, some of you, what you've been holding on to is a union coming in. This feels like new love. It feels like remembrance, y'all. It feels like coming into contact, physical contact with someone that your soul is going to remember. And I feel like emotional, like tears of joy coming in, because it's like, oh, I remember. How could I ever forget, or how could I ever feel like you wouldn't find me, or like we wouldn't be one? How could I ever feel that? I feel now that we absolutely are. Now that I am healthy and whole and one with my divine masculine, I am open to that divine masculine coming in remembrance. They're saying in remembrance. Okay, what else do we have? It says, they're telling me the mirror. Okay, they said don't worry about the words, thank you. But they're saying it's this split that's happening right now between what was and what is, not what will be. That's where a lot of people are getting stuck up, they're telling me, or blocked. Is they're saying, I've let go of my old life, but I haven't taken on my new life yet. I'm not in my next present moment yet. I haven't made it into that next space. And they're saying it's because that next space is not here yet. You have to be in the present, because it's the next present moment that is coming in. No longer are we attaching to a future outlook, a plan that seems so far out that, one day I might have or one day I might meet the love of my life. No. It's right now in this present moment. What are you feeling? They're wanting you to create more presence through this eclipse, because that presence, as I said, this is the the life that was, and this is the life that is. The split that's happening is not the life that was and the life that will be. It's the life that was and the life that is right now in the present moment. Okay, so it's this letting go of that needing to, feeling like you're waiting on something, like you need something to happen for you to experience life, or for things to come in, for your money to come in. Maybe you're like, oh, when I get this job, then the money will come in. How about just calling the money in without the job? How about accessing different spaces and places where you can share your story, and you can help others, or you can open up to new forms of financial stability. It doesn't have to be through, depending on something outside of yourself, is what they're saying. So I feel like there's more to that, but we'll come back. Okay, Gentle Force is the water card that wanted to come through today. Gentle Force. Yes, y'all, this is the long game. This is the long game. A lot of us have been growing through these experiences and feel like, I was just talking to a lovely friend about this the other day, about, patience. Oh, patience. It is something that we are all learning, and it is not easy, y'all. I'll tell you from my own experience, the patient part has not been easy. And that patience is what creates persistence. It's what creates resilience. It's what creates consistency. It is what allows you to be in the present, right? In the present. And that is where we are going to. We are going to the present moment. That means not tapping out of where you're at and fully filling into that space so that things can happen as they need to. Okay. Yeah, so it feels, also I'm feeling like it could feel like a little bit of still water right now through this eclipse. Like, it's not moving, but there is movement. They're just saying it's very subtle. So allow yourself to rest during this time. Allow yourself to activate more presence within. Be in your body. Connect with your body more. What does your body need? Okay, and then we have this Isis card that wanted to come through. And they said, go ahead and read. So let's see what she says. Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven, the Divine Empress of the Skies, acknowledges your feminine authority now. As a man or woman, you have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. Y'all, this is what I said. Leadership. It's the leadership, the divine masculine. Your feminine, this is the feminine and the masculine coming together as one, the collaboration of the souls, right? The feminine and the masculine coming through to collaborate and create the space of presence in your life so that things can start to shift post-eclipse season. Okay. We also had the goddess Isis that wanted to come through. So her message here says, with wisdom and nurturing, I empower myself and others. Yes, this is a leadership energy, right? The empowerment of speaking your truth, of being in your own authenticity. And then every time we speak our truth, every time we're in our authenticity, it allows others to be in that space as well. So, pardon me, connecting with that, being able to express. They're telling me the connection to the body and the expression is what is needed right now. Tap out of everything else. Tap out of what's going to happen next, or where you're going, or what you're doing with your life, tap into the body temple and the expression of it. And the expression, y'all, can happen through the things that you wear on your body, the way that you adorn yourself, the things that you consume and put into your body, and the way that you connect with others through compassion and they're telling me and mercy. This mercy word, like, that came through on that card. It's like, yes, there's so much going on right now that they're like, y'all that chose this card, you are the leaders. You are some that came to help with this. So allow Kali to purge whatever needs to be purged through the remainder of this eclipse so that you can move forward. Okay, last piece of advice has talk to strangers. We are all family in Earth Realm. We are all family. That's huge, y'all. Talk to strangers. Get to know people. Get to know more about them. Ask them questions. Instead of coming to conclusions that you found online or through other people, ask for yourself. Get to know people, right? That's what a true leader does. It's allowing people to be who they are and still being able to lead them through the darkness, through the ascension into the higher dimensions. Yeah, I feel like this message, the last part of this message that they're wanting me to get through for y'all, and I am going to do, thank you for reminding me, I am going to do a part 2 where I will post post-eclipse energy once you get through this, where the energy is shifting to and what is coming in. But this is what, like, all of this is what's still going on through this eclipse portal. So it is learning how to be present. It is letting go of the attachments of what's going to happen in your future, allowing this divine feminine and masculine collaboration to happen within, knowing that even if you can't see the water moving, that there is still this gentle force behind it, that patience and the long game are worth it for what's coming. And then the adornment and embellishment, they're saying, of your soul, what your soul wants to be recognized as. So what your body needs, what your body needs to express. Okay, and then listening to others as they express who they are and what they're growing through, and having more compassion and being able to not tap out, y'all. Not tap out. Now, when I say I tapped out of the narrative, I mean I do not believe or tap into anything that says that we're, that the earth is going to hell, or that things are getting worse. Yes, I know that things are going to continue. Negative energy is going to continue to rise until we break through it, y'all. We haven't seen the darkest of the dark yet. And we're going to keep seeing this darkness rising. And this is why we are here. We are the light workers. We are the way showers. We are the truth guardians. We are the light. So even though it's exhausting, even though we need to pull back at times and take care of self, it is the reason why we are here. We are here for, this is why we came back to Earth Realm, y'all. And not just for this space, but for the cosmic space as well, because there's so much going on that is radiating out into the cosmos from Earth Realm, right? So I feel like this is defining your mission, defining your purpose, what you are here to do. Maybe that's just to hold the light. And I say just like it's easy, and I know it's not, but maybe that's what you're here to do. So finding more ways to play, finding more ways to bring joy into your life will help you with the mental rest that you need to get through this. And then again, I will be doing a post-eclipse energy for what is coming in. I'll get that up as soon as possible. But thank you all for tuning in. Oh, I'm sending you strength. I feel like strength is what's needed through the end of this eclipse portal to just stay strong and resilient through this. And I'll tell you for self, I had my own little breakdown the other day where I was just sitting in this energy in full surrender and saying my affirmations. I am strong, I am courageous, I am brave. Everything that I need to say to give me the strength to push through this, because it is heavy. It is intense. There is a lot of darkness rising. And this is what we're here to help with. All right. Until next time. Adios. Aloha, friends. Welcome back to those of you who chose card number 20, the CHINNAMASTA. CHINNAMASTA. Let's see. I'm going to read out of the book the part that wanted to come through to share with you all. So let me see here. All right. It says, CHINNAMASTA is potent medicine for liberation. Her graphic iconography differentiates her from other forms of Kali that wear her favorite accoutrements of severed heads and skull garlands. CHINNAMASTA's severance is of her own head. This representation is of self-liberation. We do not need to wait for another to intervene. She shows the way to save ourselves, to move from inner courage to inner wisdom. Her presence can indicate a time when you must trust yourself completely without external support systems to rely on. The beliefs and constructs that once supported will no longer be able to do so. Success cannot come from the tried and true paths of the past. You are evolving beyond that. It is time to rest in the void and allow for a new way to emerge. All right, so this is like taking the parts of yourself that didn't believe or didn't trust, the parts of yourself that felt like you needed to look outside of yourself to help you through. It's taking those parts and saying, I got this. I can do this. I trust. I trust in myself. I trust that I am connected. I trust that a higher power is in co-creation with me. I trust. I trust is going to be a powerful affirmation for you all. A very powerful affirmation. And the throat. This is a whole, like, if you look at this card, yes, it's like her own head is severed here, and it's severed at the throat. It's that getting into a space where you are fully able to embody truth. Embody truth. Because when you trust, you can embody that, and truth will emanate from you. So you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to tell people why you are the way you are. You can simply be who you are and allow yourself to emanate that energy. I'm going to leave her on the table so that any of her frequencies that want to come through to help clear can come through. And I'm going to go ahead and go on to the rest of these cards. All right, so the first one we have is summoning power. All right, this is calling back your power. They're showing me these wolves as the masculine and feminine. This is standing true in self, being fully in your own divine power, and not allowing anything or anyone from any timeline, space, alternate universe, whatever you want to call it, any other space outside of your current present moment to take your energy. This is full on calling back your power from all timelines, dimensions, spaces, places, people, things, everything. This is calling it all back in so that you can be full, healthy, whole, and rise in your divine light of who you are authentically. This is divine authenticity, y'all. It's being exactly who you were meant to be, who you came here to be, the reason, the purpose that you're here. It is all of that. And this energy is okay, they're showing me her like lifting. She has like these horns here. It's like the horns of like an elk, and she's holding it up while she's taming her wolves, right? Look at her hand there. She's like taming them and keeping them by her side. It's like she has risen. She's gotten her power back. That's what is happening through this eclipse portal for you. It is a full-on calling back everything that has ever been taken from you in this lifetime, in all other lifetimes that you have lived, in any other spaces, places, dimensions, and times, so that you can be your full self in your complete authenticity, whole and high. Like the energy I'm feeling is like this goddess type energy where you there's no questioning outside of yourself, because there's such a deep trust and inner knowing that there's no need to seek for outside guidance. It doesn't mean that you won't be in community, that you won't collaborate with others and ask for opinions of others from time to time. But it just means that you are full on in your power and your authenticity. All right. Yes, you are epic. You are epic. This is you in your power. This is you, like, calling back all of that energy that was, right? That was that ascended master type energy that you came here with, that you've mastered the game with, that you've already shifted through all of this. I feel like those of you that chose this pile are part of the light workers who came back to help, who have mastered ascension, have already done this before, fully ascended, and then decided to come back and help. And it's stepping into that power. It's calling back all of those from all of those timelines and spaces that have taken any little part of you. And what I mean by any little part of you is any part of your voice, any part of your heart, any part of your personal power, your self-esteem, your knowledge of who you are within. Anything that has taken that from you in this lifetime is all coming back to you now, and it's being amplified through all the other lifetimes that you've lived. All right, so they're saying express yourself creatively, start something new. A good question to ask your journal: what creative pursuits do I feel drawn to? What creative pursuits do I feel drawn to? Where can you create more? What is it that's coming through? I just had an idea the other day, and I'm excited to get started on it very soon. And it's going to help you all too. I had said the moon day channelings were changing, and what's coming through is going to help the collective tap into their intuition and what you're feeling intuitively, as opposed to what I'm telling you is coming through. So I've got some new things on the horizon that I'm very excited to share very, very soon. And they're wanting you to do the same. Tap into that. And without expectation, they're telling me, like, I keep hearing this over and over again from them. They're telling me without expectation, because when we create something and we have an expectation of what it needs to be or how it needs to be, or just even like a general outline they're telling me, when we have that, we're not being creative. We're limiting our creative energy by saying, oh, okay. And, I'm going to share something with y'all. I've done a couple of really powerful workshops and like a mini day retreat for women. And when I did the mini day retreat, I had like a basic outline of what was going to happen, but I went into it and I let the women that came and experienced that, I let them know we're going into this completely open to whatever spirit says we need today. And if there's something on the outline that says we're going to be doing that, and spirit decides that we need to do something else instead, I am fully going to follow my heart and guide this space intuitively, because I am connected with spirit. I am in co-creation with spirit, and I can tap in and see what it is that needs to be created through me that will help people. And I have the energy of flow that can open up and create that. This is what they're wanting you to tap into also, because you have it as well. You have that energy to be in creative flow. What's stifling you is you trying to make it something. So I'll tell you, there's been a couple times where I've sat down to do like a painting. And when I thought like, oh, I'm going to paint blah, 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 it didn't feel authentic. It didn't feel, there was something off. It didn't bring joy out of me. I just kind of was doing it to do it. When I sat down and I intuitively took the colors and I intuitively just started moving the brushes and getting other little brushes for whatever I needed and intuitively creating, I came out with these amazing portals afterwards that blew my mind. I was even taken aback myself that I had created something like that. And so I feel like this is your call to step into who you are and to allow yourself to create from within, from that co-creation space with spirit, where you're not worried about the semantics of it. You're not worried about the hows or the whys or the wheres or all of the W's again, right? Like, besides the how, right? But it's tapping into that open space, the quantum field, and starting something brand new. Okay, we have riding the waves. Okay, they don't always have me read this, but this part they said you will get through this. I feel like some of you, this eclipse energy has been very intense, and calling back your power is intense, y'all. Feeling through this energy of all the times and different places where your power has been taken from you. I mean, the astral is probably crazy right now, and feeling into that and feeling, I know I've had dreams recently where I've woken up and told my husband I was in a completely different life. And I've been living that life. And I remember having a dream in that life last week that I referenced this week. There are a lot that is moving in calling back your power, standing in your power. They're showing her she's not falling through these waves. She's not even like being taken for a ride. It looks like she's kind of dancing through them and enjoying them. It's like they're going to keep moving through us, right? There's going to be a lot of energy that rises in the next 5 to 10 years. Collectively, there's going to be a lot that the collective needs to move through. And this is you stepping into your power so that you can allow that to happen and not get dragged into the trenches of what's coming up to be purged. Okay, and then we have this lovely card from the Isis Oracle. Let's see what it says. Past life, present power. Yes, past life, present power. As the soul grows in service to the great feminine and her intention that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities. Be open to what is taking place as your soul awakens ancient power and abilities within you. Yes, so much is awakening. Calling back that power is not just, it's not a little thing. It's not just what was taken from you in this lifetime. This is what was taken over multiple lifetimes. This is calling back the powers. You know, what's coming to my mind right now, what they're saying is there's this prophecy where the Native Americans said, you know, you can take my land, you can rape my people, but in 7 generations, everything will change. In 7 generations, we will be back. And y'all, this is the we. We are here. We are back. We are ready. We are conscious and we are rising. All right, we have Moon Ritual that wanted to come out from the Goddess deck. So I believe, yes, cancel, clear the believe word. Those of you that pulled this or chose this card, y'all are moon goddesses. Embrace that, embody that, be in that energy, you know, this energy of connecting with the moon and being able to see things clearly and calmly. The sun can be harsh sometimes, right? The sun can be fiery, but the moon is calming. The moon is like the water, the flow, the setting back. Now, that doesn't mean that the moon can't have that fiery energy. The moon definitely will move waters when the time is necessary. However, it's being in that calm energy of allowing all of what was taken to you to come back and fully be in your power. Y'all are moon goddesses. Those of you that are watching this, that are connected with this card, connect with the moon. Be out underneath the moonlight, be under the stars, connect with that space. It's going to amplify your intentions. It's going to help you process through things quicker, and it's going to activate those powers that are coming back online for you. All right, and then we have forgiving someone isn't about being nice to them. It's about being nice to yourself. Yes, it's like there's a saying that says, drinking poison every day isn't gonna, or the anger that you hold on to is like drinking poison every day, and it's not harming your enemies, it's harming yourself, right? And then I explained this for the first pile, and I forgot to do it for the second, but everything that I use in these readings is with intention. So the background color, the crystals, and these crystals are all amethyst crystals, and they all wanted to be here. And amethyst is such a forgiving stone. It definitely helps with forgiveness. I remember the first time I traveled back to visit family after moving away, and it was the first time that my crystals talked to me, and I had an amethyst crystal, and she so wanted to go with me on my trip, and I put her in my bag, and I kind of forgot about her because I wasn't super into crystals at that time yet. And I went to a restaurant with my sister while I was there, and our waitress was Amethyst. Of course, her name was Amethyst. And that was Spirit talking to me and telling me, like, here, we're giving you the tools to help with forgiveness so that you can process through these things. Use these tools to help. So if you have amethyst in your home, rest it on your heart space, rest it on your third eye, meditate with it, hold it in your left hand, receive the energy from it. in the right hand. Let go of what no longer serves you. Let go and forgive. They're like, you don't even have to say more than that. And forgive. Okay. Anything else for this pile? There is going to be a follow-up for post-eclipse energy once we get through all of this. We are still in the middle of the portal, so this is what's still shifting for you. So with that being said, as you continue to move through this eclipse portal, and the eclipse, the second eclipse will be on the 21st, which I believe is, well, it's coming up. Let's just leave it at that, because I don't know where you're listening from, if you're in the United States or not. But the second eclipse will come through and eclipse what no longer, all of this that needs to be purged. So whether it's stuff that was taken from you, stuff that was given to you that you no longer need to carry, the eclipse is going to help with that. And then we're going to go right into equinox, either the autumn equinox in the north or the spring equinox in the south. Either way, it is huge transformational energy that is coming through. And this is just in preparation of it. So they're reminding me, if you're going through any kind of throat purification, allow yourself to rest. Rest is going to be the biggest thing for you that will help you move through it. And, okay, and breath, they're saying, and breath. And just as much breath as you can take in. Don't try to overexert yourself, but definitely just maybe put on a song and consciously breathe to the entire song. Or I've told some of my clients, when you're driving and you're at a stoplight, take conscious breaths while you're at that stoplight. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth until you start driving again. Just consciously come back into your body and accept and embody all of this energy that's coming back to you now. And then use that energy to fuel your creativity moving forward. Alrighty. Until next time. Adios.